Morning everyone and welcome back. It's a slightly change of scene because I'm actually walking to my allotment plot, my primrose plot this morning. If you can see behind me, just there, that is actually the rear of my allotment. So let's have a little walkie up. So we've got Henry this morning out for his little stroll, quite happy. This is actually the rear of my allotments, the primrose plot. You can see the back, and this is the footpath that goes literally down to my allotment plot. So, and then here I am at the primrose plot. So let's just take a look around and see what's growing, because Henry's inspecting the greenhouse. What you doing, Hen? He is eating grass by the looks of it. So while I'm in the greenhouse, I'll start with the greenhouse. So this is a little bit of a storage area at the minute. Here we've got the, hopefully, trays I'm going to start sowing on, so they can grow a little bit. But yeah, these are, haven't started sowing anything yet because it's still February. So, but mainly because if we look at here, look at that, these are the temperatures that we've still had, so really not really sowing anything in the greenhouse at the minute. So if Henry wants to vacate the greenhouse, come on, stop chewing the grass, out you go. So these are the fruit trees. So I believe this is the plum tree. You can see it's actually starting to get its buds on, which is really nice. And it's really nice to see the start of spring kind of popping up onto the plot. There was a couple of apples that were growing on here, but again, got the start of, this is an apple tree for sure. But yes, you can see it's starting to come back into blossom, which is great. So it's a little bit sad for this itself, this plot, I'm afraid. But I'm pleased to say, if you come over here, I have actually got some garlic. So this is the garlic that's growing that I planted a few weeks ago. It's looking a little yellow at some of the leaves, but on the whole, it's not looking too bad. Got quite a nice spread of garlic there. The lavender is still looking great. It's going to start flowering, so hopefully. So this actually looks a little bit dead, but it is actually, I believe, dill. Actually, coming in, I've actually still got the label. Fennel. It's fennel. Now, I thought this is a perennial plant, so I almost dug it out. But if you come down at the base here, so at the base there, that is new growth. So it's actually a perennial, which I never knew. So I'm just going to cut that back at some point and let the new growth start forming. So here we've got the leeks. So these are the leeks that are still in. I'm actually going to pull these out at some point and dig this bed over now, because these leeks will probably be used up. And then here are the raspberries. So again, not really doing much at the minute, but there is signs of growth. These were bare root planted last year and they haven't really fruited as yet. So in this bed here we have the chard, and unfortunately, as you can see here, some of it got the frost and the cold, so I've lost a few of it, but there are some new green leaves that are actually starting to show. That's actually looking quite promising. The stalks don't look great, but the leaves look okay. And again over here we've got some new bits growing, so take what I can from that, and I'm going to dig the rest out. And then these were the Brussels sprouts. So again, I'm just actually going to dig these out. They are a little bit small, so I'm just going to use up what I can. Some of them, this one over here, not looking too bad, but a lot of them are quite small, so I'm just going to dig them out and actually make a little like pie or something with them, because Christmas is done now and it's a little bit late. And here we have the lavender again. So I've actually planted, so as you go up the pathways there should be lavender each of the pathways there. So again, coming down the end, right to the end, to another one. This one hasn't grown very much, don't know why. So that is my plot at the Primrose plot. So as you see, not a lot of growing, a few things left to grow, but not too bad, not too bad. So Henry is anxiously waiting to finish his walking. So I'm actually going to go up to the other plot in a minute and see what's there, and then I'll come back with a spade or something this afternoon just to dig these up. I'm not prepared with tools, so I'm literally on Henry's walkie, so we shall see. So those of you who know about the Primrose garden, it's named after two of my favourite flowers. So these are primroses, and you can see why they're my favourite, because this time of year not a lot's growing, but here they are. They are growing, so it's one of the reasons I like them. Right, so we are back from the walkie, and I actually popped to the shop while I was there and bought some bits. So I didn't have any of these, so I've got some cucumber Cassandra. Got those from the shop. I grew these last year and they were really good, but I sowed them really early. It does say that you can sow from February to May. Now, I sowed them in February and they got really huge, really big, really quickly, and I had nowhere to put them, so I put them out and then they died. So I'll show you what happened there, and show you a flashback. This is what actually happened. I'm pleased to say my cucumber is still going. The other two have gone, but he is still going. It looks like he might be even getting some little yellow flowers, which is great. I just hope that he does make it, but I have got some more sown, a different variety as well, so that should be interesting to compare how they do. But learn for next year, don't sow your cucumbers in February, it's too early. I didn't have any main crop potatoes as yet. I've got my first earlies and I've got my second earlies, but I didn't have my main crop, so I bought some jazzy potatoes. So on the subject of potatoes, I've actually started chitting my potatoes. I started chitting them probably, I don't know, 2 weeks ago. So if we take a look at the potatoes, see what they're doing. Here we go. So these are I actually labelled them, would you believe? So these are Charlotte, which are the second early. That's the Charlotte, I think they are all Charlotte. Yes, they are the second earlies. These ones here, across here, again I labelled them. These are Rocket. So these are my first early potatoes, and then the Charlotte are my second early potatoes that I'm sowing. And then obviously I've got the Jazzy as the main crop, so that's all good. So one of the other things that I planned to do today was to sow my peppers. I haven't actually got some chilli seeds, so I need to buy some, but I am going to sow my peppers. So Ali from Rusty Gardener's Place kindly sent me some seeds, which she sent me all the way from Canada. So I've got red pepper, red bullhorn pepper. I've got Christmas. Red bullhorn sweet pepper. I have also got sweet chocolate pepper, and then a couple of ones I'm just going to sow myself. So I'm going to show some pepper, which is the Spectrum colour, And I have got some chilli, but it's just a mild one. It's the Padron chilli, which I grew last year. So that's what I'm going to sow just now. So thank you, Annie from Annie Rustick's Gardens Play. I'll put a link in the description for her channel if you want to take a look at it. So I've got 6 of those. Fab. That's those ones. And then I'm going to sow the sweet chocolate pepper. So just see how many I've got of these. I really like sowing. It just gets you even. Oh, I've got about the same. That's handy. So 1. Annie knows me perfectly that I grow 6 of each just in case. And she sent me 6, which is great. So that's those ones. There we go. So that's 6 of each of those done. So I've got the red bull's horn and I've got the sweet pepper chocolate just sown just now. Fab. So there we go. All in their little propagators, ready to go. So I get these propagators that got the little vents on them. You can just turn. You can open them as they germinate. So that is what I'm sowing so far, and that is it. I am not sowing any cucumbers. I'm tempted, but I'm not going to do it. So pepper sown, potatoes chitting. It's starting to look like spring, so keep tuned. But I just want to say a quick thank you to everyone before I go. So thank you firstly, because I've hit today 300 subscribers, which is amazing. Because when I started this channel, I thought if 100 people watch it, I'll be happy. And more of you than 100 people are watching it. And that's fabulous. You know, without you, there wouldn't be a channel. So thank you so much for watching this, because I enjoy making the videos and it gives me a lot of pride that you enjoy watching them as well. And thank you to everyone who subscribes as well, because 300 subscribers is more than I ever imagined I would get. So thank you. I also want to say thank you to everyone who messaged me. So I didn't do a video last week because I was still struggling with the effects of COVID. I just had no energy at all. And I just decided to have a rest and just give it a break. So I'm pleased to say I'm a lot better now than I was. I just really had no energy. I had no go, no get, no anything. So yeah, the effects of COVID seem to last a few weeks for me, I'm afraid. Back to normal, which is great. So next week I'm going to start all the sort of heavy stuff, digging the plots over, just clearing them completely and getting rid of all that old stuff. So it's all ready for putting the new seedlings in that I'm going to be sowing over the next few weeks. So thanks again, guys. Love you all. Take care. Bye.